yesterday in the 3-meter synchro event. Now third place from last year, Giorgia De Santis. Second place in this morning's preliminary rounds from France, Juliette Landy. And winner of this morning prelims. And second place in this event last year is Diana Carnafel. These girls will perform 4 optional dives this afternoon from the 3-meter springboard. As I said, last year's European champion in this event is Signe Stahl from Sweden. She almost didn't make it to the final this morning. She grabbed that last spot available for today's afternoon. Second place was Diana Carnafel, and third place for Giorgia De Santis. Last year gold was at 445.55 points. Let's see what this year the top score will be. This morning, very long preliminary rounds, 34 participants. And the judges are being presented. Lots of medalists from the events of the last week. We have the winner of the 1-meter event, the winner of the synchro event. Lots of medals in this competition. So, as all the competition, here's the diving order. In the meantime, as all the competitions, as all the individual competitions in these days, this morning they performed 9 dives, because the first 5 dives are voluntary dives, and they will keep the score of their voluntary dives in the morning here for the final. Here up, reigning European champion Signe Stahl for her first dive, back 1.5 somersault with 1.5 twist. Nice start for her, easy dive, 2.4 degree of difficulty, but well executed. Nice push off the board, nicely done in the air, and good entry. 7s for her. Her first score is 49.20. Now up is Emily Enya Forster. Inward 2.5 somersault in attack position. 2.7 degree of difficulty. Nice strong start for Emily. She is very fast in the rotation. She spins very fast in the air. A good entry, 6.5s. 52.65 is her score on this inward 2.5. Now, Nadeja Trifonova, inward 2.5 somersault, pike position. It was her only mistake this morning, and she has the hardest dive list in this competition. All of her dives are a 3.0 degree of difficulty. Much better than this morning. This is a strong start for her with a high degree of difficulty. She will have no problem taking the lead. Oh, no, sorry. She has the highest score in the optional dives, but she made some mistakes this morning in the voluntary dives, so she doesn't take the lead. Natalia Piwowarska now, back 2.5 somersault, tuck position. job. She pulls back with her shoulders right here in this moment, and the dive goes too far away from the board. But she is very clean in the rotation. Good entry, 5s for her. Yes, 42 points. The judges penalize her for that distance from the board. Arina Popova now, a front 2.5 somersault in a pike position. Not the best timing on the hurdle. We can hear bad noises from the board, but the dive is well executed. 6.5s for her. 45.60 is her total score on this dive. Emily from Great Britain, back 2.5 somersault tuck position. We've seen her quite a lot in these days now, on the 1 meter final, in the synchro yesterday. Her final effort here on the 3 meter final. Nice strong start for Amélie. We can see how she jumps very high up in the air. She has a very fast rotation. She kicks out just a little too late and the dive goes over, but not too bad. 6s for her from the judges. Victoria, for her, an inward 2.5 somersault in a tuck position. This morning she made a big mistake on one of her voluntary dives. She had a false start. So she did the hurdle, she stopped, and she had to redo the dive. That's a big mistake, especially on a voluntary dive. But she does a great inward 2.5 somersault. Look at that. Nice jump, nice rotation, and a very clean and vertical entry. This dive will score high. Let's see what the judges think. But this is a very nice and strong start from Victoria. Some problem on the tablets for the judges. Victoria, well, we're having some problems. I tell you, Victoria already won silver on the 1 meter event, silver on the platform event, and gold yesterday on the 3 meter synchronized event. So many medals already for her in this week. Let's see if she can win one more today. I think judges will have to take out the numbers for the scores. Tablets seem not working. Okay, yes, now they do. 7.5 for her. It's the highest scoring dive as of right now. 60.75 is her total. Nina Berger, now from Germany, a back 2.5 somersault in a tuck position. A mistake on the first dive of Nina. For sure, that's not how she wanted to start her final. You see how she comes out of that tuck position way too late. The dive passes the vertical line, so 4.5s for her. Not the best way to start her final. Now, Ksenia, an inward 2.5 somersault in a pike position. High degree of difficulty, 3.0. the best inward 2.5. You see how she jumps far from the board and she doesn't get that height she needs to complete in time the whole rotation. So 6s for her. 52.50 is her score on this dive. Georgia now, bronze medalist from last year, a front 2.5 somersault in a pike position. A very easy dive, only 2.4 degree of difficulty. Nicely done, Georgia. Easy dive, but very well executed. Nice jump, nice rotation, nice sharp pike position, and great entry. 7.5 for her. She gets 54 points. High total for a low degree of difficulty dive. On the board, ready for her inward 2.5 somersault tuck is Juliette Landy. Big mistake. She was second this morning and she did a great job in the preliminary round, but this dive is way past the vertical line. 4.5 for her. She lands in 10th place. Not a nice start for Juliette. Now, silver medalist from last year, Diana. For her, an inward 2.5 somersault pike position. Good job on this inward 2.5. She doesn't grab her hands. Yes, right here you see she doesn't grab her hands to make that perfect entry, but this dive is still vertical, so 6s for her. 54 points on this dive. Let's see the rankings after the first round of dives. Georgia leading, second place for Victoria, and third place for Ksenia. All of the divers are very close. So none of the divers are so far ahead. But on the board, first dive of the second round, Signe Stahl. For her, an inward 2.5 somersault in attack position. Nicely done, well executed, nice jump, nice tuck position, and a good entry for Signe. 6.5 and 7 for her, 54 points on this dive. Good job, Signe. She is trying to defend last year's first place. Amelie from Romania, a back 2.5 somersault pike position. A mistake on this back 2.5. She has a good push, good rotation, but she holds on to that pike position way too long. 4s for her, 36 is her total on this dive. Not a good score for her. Nadeja, same dive, back 2.5 somersault in a pike position. Much better job by Nadeja. This is a very nice dive. Look at that entry. Vertical, no splashes. 7s for her, 63 points total on this dive, and she goes ahead of everyone. Natalia already on the board. For her, a reverse 2.5 somersault, tuck position. Ooh, big mistake here. She lands completely on her back. She comes out of that tuck position way too early for that type of rotation, so only 3.5s for her. Not a good dive for Natalia. Moving on, Arina, for her, an inward 2.5 somersault, tuck position. Nicely done, Arina. The dive is good. She doesn't line up perfectly in the entry. She keeps a pike position entering the water. She needed to be more straight, but 6.5s, not bad for her. Amelie from Great Britain, reverse 2.5 somersault, tuck position. She performs this same dive on the 1 meter springboard. So she will have to take it slow. Exactly. If she's able to perform this on the 1 meter, she needs to stay calm and take her time because she has extra space from the 3 meters. So she ends up being over, and 4.5s for her. Not a nice dive from Emily. On the board, Victoria, forward 3.5 somersault, tight position. This was her worst optional dive of the morning. This morning she scored only 4.5 on this dive, but she will score much more this afternoon. She wants another medal in this event. Great job, great effort from Victoria. 6.5s. She reaches 305.55 points, and she takes the lead. Nina Berger for her reverse 2.5 somersault tuck position. Nice job from Nina. The dive just passes the vertical line just a bit, but she is very fast doing that extra somersault underneath the water. Good job saving that entry. 6.5s and 7 for her. Ksenia from Ukraine, a back 2.5 somersault in a tuck position. Nicely done. Nice strong back 2.5 for Ksenia. Fast rotation. Nice kick from that tuck position. Good entry. So 6.5s for her, and she's in second place, right behind Victoria. Less than 1 point between the two. Now Georgia, for her, a front 2.5 somersault with 1 twist. Nice job, Georgia. The dive is really high up in the air right here. Nice push from the board. And look at that entry. No splashes. She will have a high score with this 3.0 degree of difficulty. 7.5, 67.50. And once again, she is ahead. But now on the board we have Juliette Landy. She will perform the same dive and she will want to perform a good front 2.5 somersault full twist because she has to come back from that big mistake in the previous round. And she does come back. This is a nice front 2.5 somersault full twist. Nice jump from the board. Very good execution in the air. Straight and vertical. 6.5s for her. And she is a little closer now to the first positions. Diana, for her, a back 2.5 somersault tuck position. It's a good dive. She jumps far away from the board. Right here we can see too much distance from the board and the entry is not perfect, but it's a good dive. 6.5, 7, 56 is her score and she lands in second place after the second round. So here we have the rankings. Georgia still leads, Diane in second place and Victoria third place, but fourth place is right there between second and fourth place. Less than 2 points. Actually, 1 point and a bit. So, ready for third round. We are halfway through. First up is Signe with a back 2.5 somersault in a pike position. And another great dive from Signe. She wants to defend that European title. Great job, great effort from her. Nice entry, 7.5, 67.50. That's a good score. Best dive we've seen from her so far. And now Amélie, reverse 2.5 somersault tuck position. Another mistake from Amélie. Right here when she comes out, she realizes she's going over. She tries to do that extra somersault underneath the water, but she does it too early and so many splashes are up. So 5.5s for her. Nadeja now. Reverse 2.5 somersault, pike position. So we've just seen Amélie performing this same dive in a tuck position. She is very good because the hurdle wasn't good at all. Off bad timing on the board. She doesn't reach the point of the springboard, but she manages to keep the dive vertical anyways. Great job, 54 points for her. And she is behind Signe for now. But now Natalia, inward 2.5 somersault, tuck position. Let's see what she does after that big mistake on the previous round. Good job, not the strongest of the pushes from the board. Right here she doesn't jump very high up, but the dive is nice and clean. 6s from the judges, 48.60 is her total on this dive. Now, Arina, back to an half somersault pike position. Big mistake for Arina. She lands way over. We will see in the replay how she pulls back with her shoulder from the start to the end. No control of where she is in the air, so results 3.5. Amelie now back 1.5 somersault with 2.5 twists. Nicely done. Nice back twister for Amelie. I just want to see better entries from her. Always a little splashy, but overall a good job. 7s, 58.80 is her total. Now on the board we have Victoria. She was in second place. Sorry, third place. Very close to second though. Not even a point away from second, and for her, a back 2.5 somersault pike position. So it's a good dive, but it's not perfect. I was expecting something more. We see how she comes out of that puck position too early, and the dive is short of the vertical line, so yes, 6s is an average dive. She takes the lead anyway, and the Signe is just 3 points away from Victoria. Now, Nina, for her, up front, 3.5 somersault tuck position. Not a perfect front 3.5 from Nina. We see how she has, she struggles on the hurdle. We can hear the bad noise of the wrong timing on the board, and it's very hard then to get the dive vertical. But 5s for her. Now, fourth place, Xenia, for her, reverse 2.5 somersault tuck position. Good job for Xenia. The dive is just short of the vertical line. Right here we can see how the splashes go up. 6.5 for her. She is in second place right now, and she is in between Victoria and Signe, just 2 points behind Victoria. Now, Georgia, back 2.5 somersault pike position. Not the best back 2.5 for Georgia. She pulls back with her shoulders while jumping off the board, and the entry is not perfectly vertical, so 5.5s for her. She still keeps the lead, but Victoria gets closer. Juliet now, reverse 2.5 somersault tuck position. She can still be up there fighting for a medal if she nails this reverse 2.5. a great job, but it's not perfect. You see how her feet pass the vertical line. The entry is good, no splashes, but judges will notice that she is not perfectly vertical. So 7s for her and lands in 6th place. And now, Diana, for her, reverse 2.5 somersault, pike position. Very important dive. She does a good job on this reverse 2.5 somersault. She never grabs her hands in the entry, so her entries are always splashy, but the dive is good. It's vertical, 7s for her. She is in 2nd place, just 3 points behind Georgia, who is leading right now. We will have a nice final round. All the divers are very close. Look at that, 3 points between 1st and 2nd, and just 4 points between 3rd and 5th. Nice fight for battles on the last round. That will start right now with Signe, who is currently in 5th place. For her, a front 2.5 somersault pike position. It's very good, a very good and nice dive. The problem is that the degree of difficulty is very low. It's only a 2.4, so her score is 51.60. She will have to wait for all of the divers to jump to see if she is able to win a medal today. Emily now, front 2.5 somersault, full twist. Nice finish for Emily. Very good jump off the board. Nice execution. Again, another athlete that doesn't grab her hands while entering the water, and that causes many splashes to come up. But now, Nadeja. For her, a forward 2.5 somersault, 1 twist. In a pike position, it's a 3.0 degree of difficulty. She wasn't that far away from bronze. Good job from Nadeja. Another time she struggles on the hurdle. She doesn't have a great timing on the board, but the dive is good. It's vertical, 6.5 for her. She closes at 406. Sorry, just checking, because she closes at 406.05, just 0.30 points behind Signe. But now, Natalia, front 2.5 somersault, tuck position. Oh, big mistake on her last dive for Natalia. Yeah, she doesn't jump very high in the air, so even though the rotation is fast, she doesn't have enough space to complete the 3.5 rotations. For her, her final score is 330. She didn't seem very happy with that last dive. Now, Arina, for her, back 1.5 somersault with 1.5 twist. Easy dive to finish, but well executed. So, it won't be a very high score because the degree of difficulty is low, but 6.5 for her. Her final score is 358.80. Amelie, in her final round, she will perform an inward 2.5 somersault tuck position, a 2.7 degree of difficulty. strong finish for Amelie. I like this inward 2.5 somersault. Nice push, very fast in the rotation, and a good vertical entry. Let's see what the judges think, but 6.5 for her. Her final score is 385.05. Now, dive for the fight for medals. Victoria, her last dive is a forward 2.5 somersault, full twist, a 3.0 degree of difficulty. She needs 48.30 points to take the lead as of right now. And she will have much more. She will take the lead for now with this very nice front 2.5 somersault, full twist. This athlete is capable of great entries. We've seen her disappear underneath the water quite a few times now, and she takes the lead with 421.05. So this is the score to beat for now. Nina Berger, for her, an inward 2.5 somersault tuck position. Nice finish for Nina. One of the best inward 2.5s we've seen today. Nice vertical entry, very elegant in the air. 7s for her. Her final score is 384.90. Too bad that mistake on the first round. If not, she would have been close to medals. Now, Ksenia. Forward 2.5 somersault, one twist. To get ahead, she needs 64.35 points. This is a good dive. I don't know if she'll get 64 points. Let's see. But for sure, she will put herself in a nice spot. Yes, 57 points. She is right now in second place, ahead of Nadeja and Signe, who were right there fighting for the medal. Now, Georgia, she needs 50.40 points to take the lead. This means, I'll do the maths for you right now. She needs 6.5. With 6.5, she takes the lead. I don't know if she'll get gold. That dive is good, but here she comes out of that tuck position too late and the dive is over. But yes, she gets 6.5, just enough to take the lead. This is going to be so close, such a close finish. Juliet now, for her, a back 2.5 somersault tuck position. She is quite far from medals, but for sure she will want to finish with a good dive. This is a nice back 2.5 somersault tuck. Very good job. Too bad that mistake on the inward 2.5. For sure she would have liked to be up there fighting for a medal. 400.70 is her final score. And now, the last dive for Diana. She needs 58.80 points on her forward 2.5 somersault with one twist. I tell you, she needs to score 6, at least 1 6 and 2 6.5 to get gold. I think she won. I think she'll get gold, but it's gonna be close. These girls have been fighting for medals today. And she does. She is happy. She gets 7th, and her final score is 430.50. Very happy. She won so many medals. She was very close the whole week to winning gold, and finally she gets it. So happy to see so much joy on deck. Lots of kisses and congratulations to Diana. Nice big hug with her teammates. Good job on a great week of diving. Good job also to Georgia for her second place and Victoria for bronze medal. Lots of tears of joy on deck, and while the girls celebrate and the boys warm up, I'll tell you, here we have the rankings. Diana in first place, 7 points ahead of Georgia, and third place for Victoria, just 1.5 points behind the second place. Xenia a little further away, and winner of last year's event, Signe, fifth. All the others follow. It's been a pleasure seeing this nice fight for the medals, and we will see each other in a few moments for the last final of these year's European Junior Diving Championships, Boys A platform. Ciao, see you soon. Here we are ready for the last final of the 2025 European Aquatics Junior Diving Championships. It's Boys A platform. First, the presentation of the athletes who will be competing. First up will be Valery Malyaev from Ukraine. He won gold a couple of days ago in the synchro platform here in Athens. Alexa Teofolic from Serbia. Now, third up is Lars van Ilten from the Netherlands. From Italy, Raffaele Pelligra. Two big mistakes in his optional dives this morning. From Germany now, Ole Johannes Rosler. He was third in the synchro platform right here a few days ago. Marko Barsukov from Ukraine, second place of last year in this event. Nikita Kudryavtsev. Nikita was first after the voluntary dives this morning, so he will start the competition with a higher score than everyone else. But now, Robbie Wood from Great Britain. Now, from Italy, bronze medalist from last year and the winner of the 3-meter synchro here in Athens, Simone Conte. Third place of this morning preliminary rounds, Noah Penman. He will start the competition with one of the hardest dives we will see today. And now from Poland, Maciej Bujak. Nice competition this morning for him, no major mistakes. And the winner of this morning's preliminary rounds, Timur Kaile Mariam. So, this morning, these divers were awesome. We've seen some great dives, some very difficulty dives, 3.7 and 3.6 degree of difficulty. So really hope to see some high scores this afternoon. They will perform 5 optional dives. Last year, gold went to Danilo Avanesov from Ukraine with 543.65 points. He won't be competing this year, but silver and bronze medalists from last year are here in the final today. And let's see if they will be able to repeat the result from last year. The judges are being presented, and I am looking at the dive list of these athletes. We will see one front 4.5 somersault duck position. It's a 3.7 degree of difficulty. 3 other athletes will perform dives with a 3.6 degree of difficulty. So nice hard dives for these young talented boys. Lots of athletes who already won medals this week here in Athens. Can't wait for the competition to start. The judges have been presented. We are seeing now the dive order. 12 participants in this final, the top 12 ranked divers from this morning's prelims. And here we are, the referee blew the whistle. First diver up is Valery Malyaev. His first dive is a back 2.5 somersault tuck position from 5 meters. Nice start for Valerie. Not perfect. Right here we see he's short of the vertical line, but overall not too bad. 6s for him. 52.20 is his score on this dive. Going up on the 10-meter platform. A front 3.5 somersault in a pike position for the young Serbian diver. Not a perfect start also for Alex, because you see the entry, there are too many splashes, especially in the platform event. You want entries perfectly vertical and with no splashes. From 7.5 meters now, Lars, inward 2.5 somersault in a tuck position, 2.7 degree of difficulty. Entry, great start for Lars. Not a high degree of difficulty, but a good execution for him. 7.5. His total is 58.05. From Italy now, Raffaele. For him, arm stand back double somersault, 1.5 twist. It's a 3.2 degree of difficulty. What a great start for Raffaele. Nice push from the platform, nice arm stand, and just a little too many splashes in the entry, but 7.5 for him. 72 points is a great start for him. Remember, in the arm stand dives, and we will see quite a few of them, you want to hold that arm stand at least 2 to 3 seconds. If not, the judges will penalize you. But now, Ole Johannes from Germany, back 2.5 somersault with 1.5 twist. Oh, what a dive from Ole. This is an awesome start for him. Look at that entry, perfectly vertical, no splashes. We will see very high scores. Exactly, 8.5, and he starts his final with the score of 80 points. Now Marco, front 3.5 somersault in a pike position. Another great dive. These boys, I told you, they are very talented. Look at that nice pike position, nice vertical entry. Another high scoring dive, 69 points for him. Now up is Nikita, inward 3.5 somersault, tuck position, 3.2 degree of difficulty. He was first after his voluntary dives. Wow! I think we're gonna see some great diving this afternoon from these boys. Look at that! Perfect tuck position, very fast spinning in the air. 9s for him, 83.20. Wow, wow. Can't wait to see more diving from these boys. Robbie now, for him, a back 2.5 somersault with 1.5 twist. Another great entry, not the strongest of the jumps off the platform, but look at that entry, perfectly vertical, no splashes. Another high scoring dive, it's for him, 76.80 is his total. Moving on, Simone Conte, for him a back 2.5 somersault with 1.5 twist from the 10-meter platform. Another great dive. These boys are amazing this afternoon. Look at that. Great entry. 7.5 for him. 72 points. Great job also for Simone. Now, third place from this morning, Noah Penman. He starts the competition with a very hard dive. Back 2.5 somersault, 2.5 twist. It's a 3.6 degree of difficulty. So, such a young age, already performing such difficult dives. Very hard dive and a good execution. Another very high scoring dive. He just loses his feet right there when he comes out of that twisting and into the pike position, but overall, great job also for Noah. Let's see what the judges think, but the degree of difficulty is high, so another high score, 75.60 is his total on this dive. Now, Mathieu, reverse 2.5 somersault in attack position. This is a lower degree of difficulty, 2.8. Easy dive, but very well executed. Another perfect entry. I told you, especially from the platform, you need to make the perfect entry with no splashes. And these boys are doing it. 7.5 for him. Score is a little lower, so 63 points just because of the degree of difficulty. Now, the winner from this morning's preliminary rounds, Timur, for him, an inward 2.5 somersault in attack position. No mistakes for him this morning. He was perfect. Let's see if he can keep up the great work. He takes his time before starting the dive, but look at that. Awesome. Very fast spinning, great entry. We'll see high scores also for him. 8.5, 78.40 is his total. And this concludes the first round of this competition. And we see the rankings right there. Top two positions are a little further away, but from third place to fifth, they are just within 3 points. So, sorry, from third to sixth place, they are just in 3 points. Second round, first diver up is Valérie, reverse 2.5 somersaults in attack position. not perfect dive for Valérie. You see how he comes out of that tuck position way too early, and when he comes out, he doesn't keep his core tight, so the legs fall short, but 6 is for him, 52.20 is his total. This is a good dive, but we are seeing so many amazing entries that 6 is not enough today. Now from Serbia, Alex, inward 3.5 somersault tuck. Entry, even though he's not perfectly vertical, he is a little piked while entering the water, and he never points his toes. I don't like that. 6.5 for him. Overall, a good job. 62.40 on this dive. Lars, now from the Netherlands. For him, a front 3.5 somersault pike position from 10-meter platform. A mistake for him. As he approaches the point of the platform right there, his shoulders are way too forward, so he is not able to jump high. He looks only for rotation, and the dive is short. 4.5 for him. Up on the platform is Raffaele from Italy. For him, a back 2.5 somersault with 1.5 twist. Good job for Raffaele, but he is not making those perfect entries like the other medal contenders, so good job, but not perfect. 7s for him. 68.80 is his total. He will need to do something more on the next dives if he wants to win a medal today. Ole from Germany. For him, an inward 3.5 somersault in a tuck position. Another great dive from Ole. I really like his jump from the platform. He completes 2 somersaults at the height of 10 meters. And he has up all the time in the world to line up correctly and make that perfect entry. 8.5 for him. Another dive that scored 80 points. Marco from Ukraine will perform the same exact dive. Another amazing inward 3.5 somersault. Very good job also for him. Nice push from the platform. Very fast rotation. Perfect vertical entry. 7.5 and 8 for him. Now Nikita. Arm stand back triple somersault in attack position. This morning, this dive was his worst dive. He had only 28.05 points because he made a false start, so he wasn't able to hold on the arm stand, and he performed it twice, so he was penalized by taking away 2 points from every single award from every judge. No problems on holding that arm stand for him this afternoon. The dive is very good. A nice entry, but he is short of the vertical line. So judges noticed that and penalized him. 56.10, still much better than this morning, but it's his first mistake. Now Robbie Wood, reverse 2.5 somersault in attack position. A big mistake on the entry right there. He was straight, but he doesn't reach for the water. He just puts his hands there without reaching for the water, and he makes a big splash. So 6 for him, 49 is his total, and this is a mistake for Robbie. Now the other Italian, Simone, a very hard dive for him. Arm stand back double somersault with 2.5 twists. 3.6 degree of difficulty. These are very high degree of difficulty dives. And an amazing job from him on this very hard dive. We will see a very high score. You need so much strength on your arm to do this dive, because with the push of your arms you need to complete 2 somersaults and 2.5 twists. 73.80 is his total on this dive. I tell you, top ranked athletes are very close one to another. Now from Great Britain, Noah, a reverse 2.5 somersault tuck position. The degree of difficulty is a bit lower. And we're not on Noah though, with the cameras. We're not seeing Noah. Here, this is Noah. This is his reverse 2.5 somersault. Sorry, he performed this on the 5-meter platform, so the degree of difficulty is actually very high. 3.1, 6.5 for him, and a good score for Noah on this dive. Now it's the turn of Mathieu on the 10-meter platform. For him, arm stand back, triple somersault, tuck position. Great dive also for Mathieu. These boys are performing handsome and handstands. No one's making mistakes. 7.5 for him. 74.25 is his total. But now it's the turn of Timur, and for him a reverse 2.5 somersault in attack position from the 10-meter platform. Wow. This dive is amazing. He took so much time before starting the dive. But look at that. If he needs that time to perform this dive, we can wait. 8.5, 71.40. Even though the degree of difficulty was low, he makes a very high score on this round. So now we will see the rankings. Look at that. First two places so close, not even 1 point from one another. Third place just 3 points behind, but fourth and fifth aren't that far. So this ends round 2. And now, first diver for the third round, Valery. For him, a forward 3.5 somersault in a pike position. A good job. Too many splashes in the entry. Judges will penalize him for that. But overall, a good job on this forward 3.5 somersault. 7s for him. 63 points on this dive. Now, from Serbia, Alex, for him, a back 2.5 somersault with 1.5 twist. Mistake for Alex here. He doesn't have enough speed on the somersaulting, so the end of the dive is short of the vertical line. 5.5s for him. Not quite happy with that dive. Now, from the Netherlands, Lars, for him, a back 2.5 somersault in a pike position. Another mistake. Now we're starting to see some mistakes. Nice start, nice pike position, nice rotation, but he comes out of that pike position way too late and the dive passes the vertical line, so 4.5s for him. His total is 37.7. Now, Raffaele, for him, back 3.5 somersault in attack position. This morning he scored, this was his worst dive, only 3s. He will want much more. And he does much better than this morning. This is a good entry, still short of the vertical line, but no splashes are made. Let's see what the judges think, but I think we'll see high scores here. 6.5, 64.35, and he stands in first for now, but so many divers still have to come. One of them is Ole, who was leading, and he is going to perform the front 4.5 somersault in attack position. It's a 3.7 degree of difficulty, the highest degree of difficulty we will see this afternoon, and it was his only mistake this morning. So if he can fix this, we will see him fighting for medals. Wow! We are close to 90 points with this dive. Look at that. He jumps so high and he's so fast getting into that tap position and the entry. No splashes at all. 88.80 points on this dive for Ole. He jumps quite ahead now, and it's going to be hard for the other athletes to catch up. Marco, silver medalist from last year, he is quite behind, and he will perform a back 3.5 somersault in attack position. Good job also for Marco. A nice back 3.5 somersaults in attack position. He doesn't reach towards the water to get that perfect entry. That's his only mistake. So 6s for him, 61.05. Now Nikita, back 3.5 somersaults, tuck position from 10 meters. He was standing in 3rd place in the previous round. Wow, I think he can jump ahead some positions with this dive. Look at that. He spins so fast in the air, and he gets that perfect lineup in the entry. 79.20 is his score on this dive, and he is right behind Ole from Germany. Now Robbie, a back 2.5 somersault in attack position from 5 meters. Small mistake for Robbie. He spins very fast and comes out of the tuck position too late for that speed in the rotation, so the dive passes the vertical line, and 5.5s for him. 48 is his score on this dive. Now from the 10-meter platform, Simone, a forward 3.5 somersault in a pike position. He was 4th. But the divers who are ahead of him are diving so well. And he does a great job on this forward 3.5 somersault pike. Look at that. Nice sharp pipe of this position and that perfect entry. Another high scoring dive for Simone, 70.50, and he lands in 3rd place, just in front of his teammate. Now, Noah from Great Britain. For Noah, the same dive that Simone just performed, a front 3.5 somersault in a pike position. Great job also for Noah. Not as good as Simone though. When he comes out of that pike position, he doesn't keep his score tight and the legs fall over the vertical line. But overall, a great job also for him. 7.5. He is momentaneously in 5th place. Massier now for him, a back 3.5 somersault in attack position. Wow, another amazing dive. These boys, none of them want to lose the fight for the medal. Look at that. It's for him, 79.20. He was a little bit behind, but with this dive, he catches up the first positions. Now, Timur. Arm stand, back arm stand, triple somersault in attack position. for Timur. This is his first mistake. First of all, he puts his hand way too in the platform. He doesn't put them on the border of the platform, and then he lifts too many splashes in the entry, 4.5s. He loses some positions in the rankings. So let's see the rankings after the third dive. Ole with that amazing forward 4.5 puts himself in first. Nikita is in second, and then Simone third place for now. We still have 2 rounds to go, and the top athletes are on fire this afternoon. Valerie for him, an inward 3.5 somersault tuck position. Good job for Valerie. This is a good dive, but we're seeing so many amazing dives that it makes this one looks a mistake. But the dive is good. Good rotation. He just passes just a little the vertical line, so 6s and 6.5s for him. Now Alexa for him, arm stand back double somersault with 1.5 twist. He takes his time to get up on his hands. Athletes have 1 minute to execute their dives. A good dive from him. He recovers from the mistake on the previous round. Good job for the Serbian diver. Not the cleanest of the divers, but overall a good job. 7s for him. Now from the Netherlands, Lars, reverse 2.5 somersault in attack position. 2.8 degree of difficulty. Look at that entry, no splashes, perfectly vertical. Not the strongest of the athletes. He doesn't jump that high and he doesn't spin that fast, but he is very capable of making entries with no splashes, so 8 for him. Now, Raffaele, front 3.5 somersault in a pike position, 3.0 degree of difficulty. Once again, his dives are good, but he is not making the no splashes entries. This is a good dive, but judges will penalize him. 7s for him, 61.50 is his total. 441.05 is the leading score for now. But I tell you, it won't be enough. Because on the platform, we already have Ole from Germany, and he will perform a back 3.5 somersault in attack position. This kid is so powerful. He jumps so high and he spins so fast. He doesn't trust reaching back with his arms to get that perfect entry, but 6.5s, and this is his first, if we can call it, mistake. Because up till now he scored only 8s. Amazing job by Ole this afternoon. Now, silver medalist from last year, Marco, armstand back double somersault with 1.5 twists. Not the best arm stand we've seen today. Right there, he doesn't push, but he takes his arms away. So the dive, we say, is heavy in the entry, so 6 is for him, 56 is his total on this dive. Now, Nikita, reverse 3.5 somersault in attack position. This is a very hard dive, 3.4 degree of difficulty. He was in second place. Ooh. I don't know, but maybe he'll catch Ole, who's now in first. Look at that. Wow, he spins so fast. And he has this amazing entry, 8.5, yes, and he does catch up Ole, and he is 8 points ahead of him. Ooh, can't wait for the final round. These boys are being amazing. So much talent on the platforms today. Robbie, now for him, an arm stand back double somersault with 1.5 twist. Good job for Robbie. Nicely executed. Not the perfect entry in the water, but overall a great job. 6.5 and 7s for him. He reaches 400.75 points. Bronze medalist from last year, now Simone, back 3.5 somersault in attack position. Good job for Simone. He could have done something better in the entry right there. A little too many splashes, but overall a great job also for him on this back 3.5 somersault tuck, 64.35, and he lands in third. Now from Great Britain, Noah. Same dive that we just saw from Simone, a back 3.5 somersault in attack position. This dive was very good. I really like the way he jumps and he spins in the air, but he doesn't reach towards the water with his arms to get the perfect entry. 6 is for him with a good entry. This dive could have scored 8.5. Now, Mathieu of forward 3.5 somersaults in a pike position. Nice entries. This diver is very capable of doing perfect entries. No splashes at all. Not the strongest of the jumps off the platform, but 7.5s, and he takes 4th place. Now, last diver of the round. Timur. For him, back 3.5 somersaults in attack position. And this dive is much better than the one in the previous round. He scored only 4.5s on the arm stand, but this dive will score much more. Exactly 7s for him, and he is back up for medals in 5th place. So now we'll see the rankings before the last round. Nikita and Ole are fighting for gold, 8 points between one and the other. Simone then stands in 3rd place, and Massier, who's in 4th, is not that far. So, ready for the last round. Valerie, back 2.5 somersaults with 1.5 twist. Nice finish with his best dive probably of this final. Really good jump off the platform, very fast in the air while twisting and spinning, straight entry, and he must be happy with his finish today. 457.10 is his final score. Now, Alex. For Alex, his last dive is a back 3.5 somersault in attack position. Too bad for the entry. It was good. Nice jump, fast rotation. He was vertical, but he doesn't line up correctly with his arms to get that perfect entry. So too many splashes and only 5s for him on this last dive. Now from the Netherlands, Lars. His last dive is a back 2.5 somersault with 1.5 twist. Mistake on the final dive for Lars. He doesn't get enough rotation and he isn't able to get that dive vertical. 5s for him. He closes his competition at 404 and 75 points. Last dive for Raffaele is an inward 3.5 somersault in attack position, 3.2 degree of difficulty. A good finish, but not the best finish, the one he wished to have. He was standing in 6th place. I think he will keep that place. For now, he's in 1st. 506.65 is his total. But this for sure won't be enough for a medal today. Now, 2nd place. before the final round. Ole, for him, a reverse 3.5 somersault in attack position, 3.4 degree of difficulty. What a finish for Ole! He will win a medal this afternoon. We will have to wait for the last divers to see the color of that medal, but this is an amazing dive. He is so talented. 561.95 is his final score. I'm really impressed with his diving this afternoon. Now he will put, with this score, I think he puts quite a pressure on the next divers yet to come. Now Marco from Ukraine, a very hard dive for him. Back 2.5 somersault with 2.5 twists. 3.6 degree of difficulty. Wow, amazing finish for him on this very hard dive. For sure, this will be the best dive of his afternoon. Let's see what the judges award him. 6.5 and 7s, too bad. For the previous rounds, he made too many mistakes to be there fighting for a medal. Now, Nikita, the leader up till now. Back 2.5 somersaults with 1.5 twist in a pike position. He needs 73.80 points to catch Ole, who is now standing in first. Sorry, 73.8. He needed 8s to catch gold. Let's see if this is enough. Let's see what the judges think. Let's see if the judges will award him with 8s. 7.5s, only his second. Such a close finish, just 1 point behind Ole. Wow, good job, Ole. Now Robbie, inward 3.5 somersault tuck position. No fight for medals here, but always nice to finish the competition with a nice dive. Great finish for Robbie. Good job. These boys have been awesome this afternoon. We've seen an amazing competition, and it's still not over. 8s for him. His final score is 477.55. Now, Simone, he was standing in third place. For him, an inward 3.5 somersault in attack position, 3.2 degree of difficulty. He cannot catch gold or silver, but he can catch third place with 50 points. Good job on his final dive. He usually is capable of doing those perfect entries with no splashes. He didn't do that in his inward 3.5, but 7s for him. They put him in third place for now at 521.95. He will only have to wait for the last divers. And on the platform, we already have Noah. He will perform the same dive in inward 3.5 somersault in attack position. This is a great final dive for Noah. Good job. Too bad for that mistake on the previous round. Or else we could have seen him up there battling for a medal as well. 508 is his total. And yep, he's in fourth place. Now, Mathieu, his last dive is a back 2.5 somersault with 1.5 twist in a pike position from the 10-meter platform. What a finish! Another great entry from Massier. Look at that. No splashes. Very good job. Let's see where he will stand. Another diver. Woo. He lost for now, momentaneously, bronze for just 0.40 points. So close to a medal. But we still have one last diver to go. Timur, for him, back to an half somersault with 1.5 twist. He needed 8.5 to catch bronze. I think he could have come back and he can win a medal. I don't know what the judges think, but yes, he does. Wow, what an amazing finish. On the last round, he strips away that medal from Simone Conte from Italy. These boys have been amazing. Look at that scores. First two divers, so high scores. Just 1 point between first and second. And so close, the battle for third. This competition has been amazing. This is the final result of Boys A platform final. We will see each other in a few minutes with the victory ceremony of the last two finals of these European Aquatics Junior Diving Championships. And we are back for the victory ceremony of the first final of today. The medal will be presented by Klaus DiBiase, European Aquatics, DDC Secretary and Olympic champions, and he will be assisted by Kyriakos Giannopoulos, Hellenic Swimming Federation President and European Aquatics Vice President. These girls were amazing in the final this afternoon. Tears of joy after the last dive, seeing her name forced for the winner. Bronze goes to Victoria Katsantseva. After winning silver on 1 meter and on platform, she wins bronze on the 3 meter event. Good job on a tough week of diving for her. Her score is 421.05. She receives her gifts. Nice smiles on the podium. Second place, silver medal goes to Giorgia De Santis from Italy with a score of 423.30 points. Also a kiss for her from Klaus DiBiase, who won the Olympic title for Italy. And now, winner and European champion of girls A 3 meters is Diana Karnafel from Ukraine with the total score of 430.50. We saw lots of emotions after finishing the competition, lots of hugs and tears of joy for her. Very proud to be up there on the highest podium. And now, here we have the scores. And now, silence for the national anthem of Ukraine. Some very talented girls on the podium, very big smiles. Nice to see some emotions and tears of joy. Now big smiles for the pictures. And we will be back in just a second with the victory ceremony of the boys A platform. And we are ready for the victory ceremony of Boys A Platform, the final competition of the 2025 European Aquatics Junior Diving Championships here in Athens. Some amazing diving, so many talented young divers. Hope to see them get better and better in the future. But now we are on the podium with the boys who just concluded their competition. The medals are presented by Kyriakos Giannopoulos, Hellenic Swimming Federation President and European Aquatics Vice President. And he will be assisted by Georgi Chobanov, European Aquatics TDC member. Third place and bronze medal goes to Timur Kaile Mariam. He grabs bronze with that last amazing dive. No splashes, absolutely in the entry. 8.5 across the board for him, and his final score is 525.30. Second place and silver medal for Nikita Kudryavstev. His final score is 560.15, just 1 point, actually almost 2 points behind the gold. Winner and the champion of Junior Europeans from Boys A Platform is Ole Johannes Rosler. His final score is 561.95. I tell you, this kid has so much talent. He is very, very good in what he does. He showed us some very hard dives, excellent executions. And now, silence please for the national anthem of Germany. Good job, boys. Some amazing diving this afternoon as we get ready for the final victory ceremony that will award the teams with the championships trophy. Just give the time for to the boys to take pictures, and we will be back in just a second with the championships trophy. And here we are with the final victory ceremony. The victory ceremony for the championship trophy. It's been a nice week of fun diving, and the championship trophy will be presented by Kyriakos Giannopoulos, Hellenic Swimming Federation President and European Aquatics Vice President, assisted by Anna Sorokina, European Aquatics TDC Chair. The championship trophy goes to Ukraine. Look at how many medals these young divers won. Congratulations to them. Team captain raises the trophy. Happy faces on the podium. A team picture for them. And this concludes our week here in Athens at the 2025 European Aquatics Junior Championships. It's been a pleasure being here with you this past week. Hope you enjoyed watching these young talents dive here in Athens and this amazing venue. I am Paola Flaminio. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you next year for the 2026 European Aquatics Junior Diving Championships. Ciao, everyone, and have a nice evening.